Well, that was a time yesterday, wasn't it? Thank you for kicking it with me. Like I said, I'm going to be doing that more often. Just giving praise to my Father, my Creator, in spite of, me and my wrongs. And, me as a person, I still give praise because no one is good but the Father. And, Christ said that, when they called him good, no one is good but the Father. That's what he said. And we all are as filthy rags. None of us, nobody, none of us deserve salvation. None of us. None of us deserve his grace, his mercy, not even his time or his energy. And he woke me up this morning, and I'm grateful to him. And in spite of what I go through, in spite of what I know, who I come into contact with, I will always keep my Father first. No, I'm not perfect. If I was, like I said, if I was perfect, then I would not need a Savior. And I know that I need a Savior. So, yeah, I'm not ashamed to shed tears. Sometimes, like I said, that's why I said I listen to gospel music still, because, baby, ain't no Hebrew music gonna take me there like that. Ain't no Hebrew music on, and I've listened to a lot. It's no shade, no shade to none of the artists out there. There are some good artists out there that I know is pure in spirit. I even like Elder's music. So it's no hate at all. But when it comes to conviction and that Holy Spirit pricking your heart, it's gospel music all the way. I don't care what they say about Kirk Franklin. I love Kirk Franklin. I grew up listening to his music. I pray for him. But right is right and wrong is wrong, and we all have sinned. We all are wrong. Even though some of these people that are so hard on other people, that's one thing that I did learn about my journey through the truth, coming up. Because I used to go hard on Facebook, and I came to the sense of, I gotta show mercy and I gotta show love, but still use discernment, because I would want mercy and love to be shown to me. And so that is what I would say to, some of these people, that is condemning other people. I want to make it clear that I don't have a heaven or hell to put nobody in, And even though I do tell some people to go to hell, I definitely, I wouldn't want to see my worst enemy go to hell, because from the way it was described, hate is not a place you want to be. And it was never designed for us to go there, but people make choices that lands them there. And it's not just one little, oh, I'm going to hell because, I eat pork. No. When we stand in judgment, it's gonna be every offense. It's gonna be like a court case. Some of y'all brothers should know. You've been there. Some of you white folks and my Latinos, you've been there. You've been in court. And this ain't gonna be no, can I take a plea deal? Ain't no plea deal. Mm-mm. And then it's like, you know, you dealing with somebody that has record. They're gonna pull up. Like, no, see, because this was your intention. This is what you intended. You know, you meant to, this was premeditated. You planned this out. You know, and I tried to warn you, and you still cared for it. You know, I'm not God. No, I'm not. But I'm just saying that's how it's gonna be. Ain't no way out. Every word that's ever been spoken, every action that's ever been taken by us, we're gonna have to give account for that one day. I just want to be on the right side of things, you know. Some people ignorantly think what I believe is demonic, or I've been called a Muslim. I've been called a witch, you know. I mean, I've been called it, but like I said, I ain't got no energy crystals or stones or none of that stuff. I ain't in here using no Ouija boards, and you know, this is my life. I'm bearing my life, and I'm doing that because for myself first, you know, and to show how God has been in my life, you know, even though some might not agree, you know, but he is, you know. And it's like the same when you read that scripture, how he hated Esau, but he loved Jacob. And he gonna show mercy to who he gonna show mercy to. That last part, he gonna show mercy to who he gonna show mercy to. I mean, what if he showed me mercy? You know, that's not up for, you know, you to decide, or anyone else to decide. That's between me and the Most High. You know, and that's why I don't get into, you know, oh, he not this and he not that, you know. No. Because we all have a purpose. For the ones that was called, it was predestined. A lot of things I believe was predestined. It was already predestined. The ones that's chosen in the end, they was already predestined to make it. It was already written. I believe that. But another reason why I'm sharing this is because, like I said, people think my life is a facade. Like, no. I mean, I don't get how. I'm not no celebrity, no flashy person, no. I barely go places. I ain't got no friends. I don't speak to my family. I ain't got, you know, I ain't got no family. And I mean, well, I do have family. Some of my family I do love and I'm still cool with. I just, right now, I ain't really dealing with nobody, you know, until I feel like I want to deal with them. And the ones that, you know, who I love, they know. You know, yesterday I was thinking about my Aunt Kat. I love you, Kat. You know, and my cousin Carla. You know, and my Aunt Colette. And my cousin Nikika. You know, I was thinking about my sister Erica. You know, so I do think about my family. You know, I don't dislike everybody. You know, but the ones that's full of it, they know where they can go. I'm not interested in like any reconciliation or anything like that. I'm fine, honey. I'm fine. Like, and it's no hatred, you know, it's just like, moving on. But my life is my life. There's no facade here. There's no, you know, being totally honest. I ain't no, you know, social media influencer or nothing like that. Nope. I work a regular job. Ain't no bit about this business where I work. This ain't got nothing to do with the company. It's just all me. So, but yeah, you know, and I'm not, like I keep saying, I don't think I'm better than nobody. I really don't. And people I'll just be like, how do you get that from that? I don't think I'm better than you or anything. Those are your insecurities. And I think that's what I got tired of, you know, paying for people's insecurities. And so, don't let people put their insecurities on you. You know, it was meant for me to shine, and I'm going to shine regardless. Nobody can make me feel, you know, bad or anything. My life is my life. And like I said, a lot of people ain't gonna get up here and tell you about all the stuff that they have done, good or bad. They ain't gonna get up here and tell you if they really is going to freak off parties and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I do feel like people put too much power into pastors and bishops, and you know, it's like, you can't forget these is people too. They are people too. You know, they make mistakes. But I ain't taking up for nobody. Just in case you think I'm about to go there. No, sure. And because, yeah, people make mistakes, but when you're involved in secret societies and, you know, everything that be going on, no, but we're gonna get to all of that. We're gonna get to all of that. You know, I'm just, like I said, the first part of this is my testimony, is my life story, you know, and then I'm gonna get into the lesson. I am gonna skip past, you might see it or you might not, but I am gonna skip past something because I already did it. It's the truth about Sodom and Gomorrah. It wasn't just about gay people. It wasn't. If you want to pull these scriptures out, you know, you have to rightfully divide the word. Yes, that account did happen. I'm not shying away from it when they try to rape angels and lie. Yes, but it was a whole lot of other stuff going on too. And it was heterosexual couples involved, and that's why I did that lesson. They came together as a city and was busting it down like Woodstock, you know. So yeah, you can go catch that lesson if you like. I do want to thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers, your sincerity, and you know, I thank my haters too. Even Christ had haters. I will get up around 3 a.m. People have to be at the airport before 6/7 a.m. when the first round of planes leave, and do rides until about 10 a.m. I will take a break and get back at it around 1 p.m. until about 8 or 9 p.m. I will be out driving. Fortunately, I lived in a good area, so I will wait at home for a ride over $20 to come across my screen, and then I will go do the ride. But anyway, I reached out to Every Penny Counts, and I thought they sent a check because I noticed my balance had went to zero. Before I continue reading, I just want to talk about my time. So I started doing ride sharing because I started doing ride sharing when I was working for Cascom. I actually started doing ride sharing because the commission was dwindling, and so I kind of wanted to offset it with something. Started doing ride sharing, right? And man, I never felt so relieved. Never felt so relieved because it was like I was my own boss. I didn't have to deal with all this pressure of, selling a damn cell phone. Excuse me. I didn't have to deal with all this pressure of selling a cell phone. And I can make my own schedule. I can get up and go. All I'm doing is taking people back and forth. And I'm not one of those stuck up anal drivers. Like, I'm one of the most chill people you would have met. I always got positive reviews, good reviews, because I'm a nice person. I'm personable, and I have spiritual gifts, so I can detect energy. I know if somebody don't want to talk, or and I wouldn't, I would just be silent. Nothing, thinking nothing bad or nothing personal. Some people just like to be silent. They don't know me, so I get it. And some people would like to talk, and so I would talk to them. I mean, I work for Cascom, so I had to be personable on the phones. I have to know how to make small talk on the phone. So, I use that aspect of what I had to do at that job, and I just used it, for the ride sharing. And so I made a lot of tips, and leading into why I paused this, there was a guy by the name of George, a Boston Italian guy, but he is a great guy. I lost contact with George because I had got a new phone and a new phone number, and I didn't have any contacts. But I want to personally take time out to say thank you to George. George was cool. He would, not to, tell our business or nothing like that, but, I met him doing ride sharing. I picked him up on one of the platforms, right? And, like I said, conversation, and, he was so cool and I was so cool. Like, the dude is like a Boston Italian. He has the whole accent. He sounds like, Tony Danza or those Italian guys, and I just love this accent. And, he's older. I believe he's in his 60s, but he is a good guy, great guy. And, I love him. He's, family man, formerly married, and he has a girlfriend now, and she's great. And he has kids. He would always talk about his kids and his grandkids, and he's a great guy overall. His family is very lucky to have him, very. And so but I'll never forget him. I will never forget him. Like I said, his name was George. I had him saved as George, my Uber rider. And so I just want to personally say thank him, because he, every time I would pick him up from the airport, and which is, down by like Bloomington, Mall of America. It's like maybe, 20-30 minutes from where I'm at. And then I would have to take him 3 hours north. And he would pay me $250, each ride. And so sometimes we did this 2 or 3 times a week. So when I'm sitting up here talking about, my ride sharing and stuff like that, I made dough. I'm blessed. Anything that I put my hands on, turns to gold. And including people. Like, people don't even recognize that when I come into their life, good things start happening. It's because I'm the blessing of the Most High. People start liking them. All of a sudden, they become personable to people. Good things start happening in their life. And then what I've experienced so much is people turning around and knifing me in the back. Once they finally realize, like, you know, sometimes I can't even tell you how many times people would know and then start like trying to be weird and trying to compete with me. And it's just like, I was just trying to be cool, you know. I was just trying to be a friend, you know. I don't see you as competition, so I don't see people as competition, you know. We are all in our own race, you know. We all running our own race. Our only competition is ourselves. I can't, you know, say that enough. So yeah, you know, I made dough doing ride sharing, and I loved it. It was so much, you know, that I wasn't stressed out with that other job, and I had the confidence to walk away from the other job because I was making money with, you know, with that. And through it all, you know, the Most High blessed me. The Most High helped me. He sent opportunities my way. George was not the only private writer that I had. I had a few other writers. So I made it through. That's why I can, you know, when I was crying, I was saying He still blessed me. It was moments like that. The stuff that I'm reading to you right now. When I was crying them tears and I was telling you how, you know, He still blessed me, everybody walked away. And, you know, some people I walked away from. I ain't gonna say everybody walked away. I walked away from a lot of people because I just got tired of their energy. You know, I see them as energy vampires. And so, but anyway, around the 8th of August is when the property manager put a notice of late rent for August on my door. He then called me later telling me that a mistake was made and that July had not been paid. It was a mistake on their end. He gave me a number to call and ask for help with the rent or they would have to file eviction on me. I did call the county, well the state, and apply for help. I did everything on my end, but he did not do what he was supposed to do, and this is where things got ugly. See, the company had put July's rent on my balance, but they also put an extra $1,100 on the balance. I guess like everyone else, they thought I was dumb and would not catch that, but I did. I dealt with ledger balances all day for almost 8 years at my old job, Cascom, so I can read a ledger probably better than him. I applied for county assistance around the 16th of August. The county and I was waiting on the property manager to update the ledger to the correct balance. He was trying to say that I owed them $3,500, but I was only late for July and August at the time, and my rent is $10.97 plus water, trash, and a sewer fee. So the county and I knew that I owed the company that owned the apartment complex around $2,400. The county has a program where they will pay $2,000, but you have to clear the balance down to the $2,000 in order for them to release the funds, which is so stupid to me, but hey, it's their rules of them paying the rest. I had $500 to my name. I was going to pay the $500 and the county would pay the rest, but no, the property manager took from the 16th to the 28th just to get the ledger updated. I really feel like he did this on purpose. I sent him emails of the error that was on the ledger, but no updated ledger. I have proof of all that I'm saying too. On the 28th of August, I finally hear from him. I finally hear from this dude, and the first words out of his mouth, "Yeah, I'm looking at at this balance, and it looks correct to me." He did not do any investigation. He did not read my emails, and did not go over the ledger to see the errors that were done. I had seen that this company was shitty, just like most companies in America. I said, "No, it's correct. You overcharged me by $1,100. Then I could hear him talking to someone who was obviously standing over his shoulders. She must have seen that the ledger was in fact incorrect, because then he said he would have fixed it and sent it over to me that day. Didn't even apologize. He did send me the ledger in an email, but the ledger was not even legible to read. Everything was blurred to the point where you can barely read it, but you can still read it if you try hard enough." Baby, the county rep was like, "No, sir. Did you make this yourself?" Cracking the fuck up. I was so heated and embarrassed when she asked me that, even though I know she was joking. She tried to contact the property manager, but of course he would not respond. The first was right around the corner, so I knew I was not going to be able to clear the balance down at that point, and I did not know what I was going to do. I was afraid, but I knew if worse came to worse, I was heading south, not to ATL. The county ended up denying me for emergency rent assistance, and I was so pissed off. I could not get a legible rental ledger from the property manager, as well as him not sending in a shelter verification form that only the property manager can send. They also denied me for food stamps too, in which I always get denied for, so I'm used to that. They always say I make too much money. I was beyond pissed just thinking back with him with his whack ass Jaguar SUV that had dents in it. People are always trying to stunt with these luxury cars. Page. Alright, so welcome to my page, Yakana_Savage. You can find me on Instagram. This is just a reel. And so, but you can find the rest of this video on my page. A lot of people will like watch this video and then they won't go to the page. Go to the page. You'll see the rest of the video. But I wanted to talk about this Uber/Lyft pulling out of Minneapolis. The reason why Uber and Lyft is pulling out of Minneapolis is these motherfucking Somalians' fault. And yes, I said it. You're not gonna hear everybody know it, but everybody ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. It's these greedy ass Somalians' fault. Because they come over here, they have 4 to 5 kids in their household and trying to raise a family off of Uber/Lyft income. No, brother, you need to get you a real job, like a factory job. And then let's not mention all the little dirty shit that some of them was doing, where they'll have a profile of somebody in the picture, and then but when your drivers show up, it's a whole nother person. They was doing shit like that too. I've experienced it. I've canceled rides, and I've witnessed it. For more of this video, Yakana_Savage. But yes, I'm here to talk about this Uber/Lyft situation. And you can sit up here and say, "Oh, you wrong," you get mad. I don't care. This is what I think about you getting mad. Okay? Because a lot of you motherfuckers are underhanded and dirty. When I would catch rides with a lot of you motherfuckers, your cars will stink. Some of you was rude, and just unprofessional. You need to get your ass a regular job. Instead of coming over here trying to cut corners. Getting a job that was meant for mostly elderly people, like or retirees. Uber and Lyft was a perfect job like for if you was like a retiree or something like that. And you still wanted to make an income. If you was a college kid And, you know, you needed that job where, you know, you could set your own schedule. Or for people like me with no family, no kids, you know, but I have a full-time job. I just did Uber and Lyft on the side, and I made about $200 to $250 a day whenever I did do it. And I would do pretty much just like airport runs. And it's a science to it. I'm not gonna give it, but it's a science to it. You know, a lot of these motherfuckers I would witness when I would take people to the airport. I would witness them being out, and that there's a carport that's designated for Uber and Lyft. You know, I would see a lot of them out there just congregating and shit like that. It's just like to me, they deserve it. They deserve for this to be taken away from them. They deserve it because they come over here and they abuse it. You cannot fucking raise no 4 to 5 kids off of no Uber and Lyft income. That's why they demanded for more money. That's the whole thing. They demanded for more money. You can make money doing Uber and Lyft. You can make money doing Uber and Lyft. You know, but it's just the amount of money. See, I could survive off of $200 to $250 a day. You know, but if you got 4 to 5 kids, even 2 to 3 kids today, that's going to not last. You know, and then, you know, with some of them with their, you know, cultural and religious beliefs, which is they got from us, the original children of Israel. Yeah, don't forget, like the motherfuckers that be wearing the wraps and how they be covering their face from the Indians. Not talking about the natives. I'm talking about with the dots on their forehead. Yeah, them. And even in Asian cultures, with in Japanese culture, with the kimonos and that comes from us. That's how our people used to dress. That's how we would dress. And it's so crazy. Now we make fun of that today. Just ignorant. Because we don't know our own culture. We don't know our own culture. Which is a shame. But yeah. That's how their women dress with the wraps and that's how our women dressed. How men wear turbans and stuff, that's how our men dress. And a lot of people talk about violence and stuff, and I'm all here for it, you know, because I don't think people should be wearing bonnets and all of that, you know, in public now either. Well, with the pajamas and stuff like that. Yeah, I get that. You know, but our ancestors always wore bonnets, even outside. And even in the daytime, they always wore bonnets. They wore do-rags like this. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing has changed about our people. We are the true children of Israel. We have a rich history, a deep history. You know, yes, and I believe we was already here too. We was already here too. King Solomon had a naval fleet. We was already here. We knew about this land. So, I mean, this land belongs to the Most High. We the Most High's people. We knew about every piece of land on this earth. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about this Uber and Lyft pulling out of Minneapolis. And, you know, for the people that's going to want to know, well, why are they pulling out of? Because it's these Somalians. Yes, I said it. I said it. It's that exactly so. Want more money, want the minimum wage, you know, because they trying to make this into a I don't know, like a factory job. Like, it's not a factory job, but they want to turn it into something that it's not, and it wasn't designed to be that way. You just don't want to go out here and get a factory job because, you like the whole, you pretty much are your own boss and you have your own schedule. You can start and stop when you want to. See, at no factory job, you can't do that. And so that's what it is. And so Uber and Lyft pulls out of Minneapolis. Cause they like, fuck that shit. We not doing it. And they shouldn't have to. Because I made money. I made money. I ain't got 4 to 5 kids. So, and like I said, I don't feel bad for them because they had operations where it'll be one person that's on a profile, but you'll have a whole nother driver coming to pick you up. Sometimes even in a different car. Sometimes even in a different car that wasn't even on the profile. They don't want to talk about that though. Of course not. Of course they ain't gonna talk about that. So it is what it is, man. They'll get mad, but like I said, I don't care. They can kiss my ass. And you're right, you are not black. You're not, because I seen one of them talking about he wasn't black, he was Somali, and you know what? They're not Negro. They're not Negro, and that's why I don't like to use the word black. I had to explain that to a brother the other day, a Negro, like myself. I'm Negro and Native. And I'm the real Native. My grandfather was born on a reservation. My grandfather was born on a reservation. Wiley, Alabama. And he was raised there until he was 7 years old. His dad was named Enoch. His dad was full Cherokee. And I'm sure we have Choctaw and Creek Native in our bloodline as well. So I know what I'm talking about. Negro and Native. For real. And so that's why I don't like to use the word black. This right here, this is black. This is black. If you look like this, then okay. But I ain't never met nobody that was this color. That was this actual literal color. That's why I don't like to use black. We have a race. We have a history. We the original children of Israel. How they people dress with the wraps and the hijabs and the face coverings, that was originated by us. That was originated by us. They adopted our culture. It's up to Negroes. You need to learn your culture. You need to learn your history. That's why you get so upset. But what is it worth? I mean, you don't even care about your own history. All you care about is love and hip-hop. And all this drama. And then when stuff happens, it's like you clueless. Because you don't know your own history. We have a rich history. And it was stolen from us. Like I said, I believe we was already here too. King Solomon had a naval fleet. So we knew about this place. But we need to learn our history, our bloodline, our culture. If you are Negro, you probably come from the Igbo people. When you look up the Igbo people, you will find that they are one of the main tribes that was sought out, captured, and brought over here. They practice their Hebraic customs still up until this day, the ones that wasn't caught. The Limba tribe, another one, the Ashanti. So, learn your history. Benin, all these places. They have adopted our culture. These other, Somalians and Asians and Japanese and the Indians with the on their forehead, whatever it's called. And people can get mad at me all they want to. Y'all don't respect us. Y'all don't respect our race. So I'm done showing respect to everybody else. You got to give respect to get it. And it's clear as day that these people don't show us respect. So I ain't about to be sitting up here showing love and showing respect to people that don't respect and love me. You can go kick rocks. And like I said, I don't give a damn how you feel. If you are Somali, if you take offense. No, it's your people's fault. Why Uber and Lyft pulled out of Minneapolis, which are greedy asses. And then got the nerve to, when you get in some of y'all cars, it stink. Some of y'all have rude attitudes. Motherfucker took me to Chipotle one time, gonna tell me to hurry up. Bitch, you shouldn't have accepted the ride. You seen the ride had to stop. These people is crazy.